members of his family offered unsolicited advice on when to flip the burgers. Okay, maybe no one had seen the kiss. She could almost convince herself of it, except Sylvie and Ryder were giggling by the food table, never making eye contact with Drea. That was all she needed to know. Her besties hadn't missed a damn second of her unexpected kiss with Cam. Her cheeks burned, and she downed the rest of her beer. If anyone saw what? Cam winked and snatched a chip off her plate. Saw me kiss you? Or saw you kiss me back? You knew the deal. No going public. Who cares if anyone sees us? Let 'em talk. The truth smacked her in the face. Was that your plan all along? To make our little fling public? She nearly threw the plate at him. Babe. He laughed loud enough that heads turned in their direction. You know I don't plan. You should, because this little harebrained scheme just cost you a chance at ever getting between my sweet thighs again. Why's that? He asked. Because you're good in bed, but not good enough that I want to be known as just one more conquest for the man who accounted for most of Trojan's business in Harbor City. My private business is my business. Cam toyed with the purple strap of her tank top. What's wrong? Your ego can't take everyone finding out I finally caught you. He leaned back against the back of the faded double swing, his 6-foot, 5-inch frame thick with muscles, the better to hold up his massive ego, taking up most of the space. The damn thing was so big that even after a year of knowing each other, he still didn't understand that presenting an impenetrable, no-one-can-hurt-me facade to the world was the biggest rule in her life. Really, it was her only rule. And letting everyone know that she'd almost fallen for a playboy like Cam, who left hearts shattered in his wake on a daily basis, shattered that image to smithereens. He chuckled and relaxed back in the seat until his thigh lined up against hers, as if he had every right to jangle her nerves so thoroughly. She got out of the seat and turned around to face him, but she was lost for words when she realized standing up had just given him a better view. His green-eyed gaze took in her entire body. Then he grinned, pissing her off and drenching her panties at the same damn time. If anyone could carry off absolutely wicked and totally charismatic at the same time, it was Cam. She itched to run her fingers through his thick mass of tousled honey blonde hair. His murky green eyes were full of dark promise, the kind she knew he could deliver. And then there was his body. She could eat Jell-O off of his tanned washboard abs, and the gelatin wouldn't have the courage to jiggle. Being near him was like standing at the edge of the subway platform as the train whooshed by, exhilarating, dangerous, and addicting on a completely visceral level. But he'd broken her rule, the one thing she'd asked him not to do, and he'd gone and done it anyway. She wasn't sure whether knowing he'd done it without thinking made the situation worse or just sad. But she couldn't keep seeing him if she couldn't trust him to keep this a secret. Hell, after that kiss, there was no secret. Cover blown. Everyone knew. Time to cut her losses. Breaking it off now was the smart plan. I know what it is. He stood up and closed the distance between them. You're embarrassed because you think someone saw your tongue push its way into my mouth. Accidentally, I'm sure. And heard that sweet, soft moan of pleasure. She pushed her hand against his chest and forced him back. Get over yourself, pretty boy. He didn't even blink at the insult. You want me. I want you. The sex is amazing. Why are you fighting so damn hard against letting people know we're together? Because we're not. She had no plans to trot down the well-worn path to Cam Hardy's bed again. You knew the rules when this thing started. No going public. His gaze pinned her to the spot, and he looked at her like she was the only woman in the world. Look, babe, give me another chance.